On the Planning Commission, there are, I don't think there were any significant changes. There are there is one, it's kind of a oddity. The Planning Commission by ordinance currently consists of 7 voting members and 2 ex officio non-voting members. We have never actually appointed ex officio members to the Planning Commission, and so this proposal would maintain our current practice, essentially keeping it at 7 voting members, eliminating the ex officio positions from the Planning Commission. It does still allow for the one person to live outside of the city limits, and that is limited to the urban growth boundary. Currently, that has been undefined. The reason I selected the urban growth boundary in this instance is the Planning Commission takes a look at land use changes, which are subject to the comprehensive plan or zoning ordinance. That authority is only within the urban growth boundary or the city limits of Roseburg, and is not outside. Outside of that, there's an opportunity to participate in either a Citizens Advisory Committee, the Roseburg Green Planning Advisory Commission, or the Douglas County Planning Commission. So, but because of that authority, so it maintains, again, the 7 members. 1 is still allowed outside, but that person must reside within the Roseburg urban growth boundary. The Public Works Commission is, again, one of those consolidated commissions that currently consist of 9 members, 6 of which are voting, 3 of which are non-resident. Non-residents, again, are undefined. The Public Works Commission oversees the road system, which is entirely within the city limits of Roseburg. It oversees the storm sewer system, which again is generally along with the roads, is inside the city limits of Roseburg. But they also, when they consolidated, took over the utility portion. So they also oversee and maybe the storm sewer is considered a utility, but they also oversee the water system. And the water system is contained within our entire urban growth boundary. It's also includes the Dixonville area, Charter Oaks, Winchester, the area over by the fairgrounds, there's some areas around the city that obtain water service through the city. And so that's what I call the urban service area, because it's an urban service that we provide. So my proposal would be to reduce the Public Works Commission from 9 voting members to, again, 7 voting members. 5 of those must be residents of the city, and any members not residing within the city limits must at least live within that urban services boundary. And what that does is provide a voice to at least a couple folks that are receiving in some way some urban service from the city of Roseburg. The Visitor and Convention Commission, let's see. Currently is 7 voting members, 4 of which must be city residents. You have a unique situation in which you have 4 city residents and 3 non-residents. And so with 1 or 2 absences, it's possible you have a visitor convention commission that's being run by people outside the city. And so that's not something we want, because they really control hundreds of thousands of city tax dollars. So this would actually increase the requirement. So it maintains the 7 voting members, but it actually increases the city residency requirement from 4 to 5. And the 2 additional ones we have in the Roseburg School District. And again, the Visitor and Convention oversees an area that's probably a little bit bigger than just the city of Roseburg, or even within our urban boundary. And so it's a little bit larger of a boundary upon which to draw some people for some of the visitor and convention stuff, particularly to the fairgrounds or wildlife safari, whatever. Anyway, in a nutshell, those were my proposals. I know there's some questions and probably some modifications.